Welcome to Entry Level Moms. I'm Nasra.
I'm Suya.
And if you're new here, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Today we have the most interesting conversation planned for you guys. I would love to welcome a good friend of mine who is actually doing a very interesting job. And we did ask you guys for questions, so we're going to get into everything in a minute. But please, warm welcome to my good friend, Sirad.
Hey, hello.
Thank you. That was so cute.
Welcome.
Thanks.
Sirad, do you want to introduce yourself and what you do?
Yes, I feel like I'm a little bit scared to say it out loud, but let's give it a go. Hi, everyone. I'm Sirad. I am a mother of two, currently on maternity leave. And the scary bit, I'm a social worker.
I'm joking.
You know, I can
promise
imagine,
we're not all bad.
People are already throwing tomatoes at the TV screen right now.
I'm sorry, guys. Your views are just going to go boom.
No.
No, they're going to go woo.
Honestly, this is so intriguing because I feel like within the Somali community especially, there's a fear surrounding social workers.
Big fear.
And every day it's like, no, I don't want to do this because the social workers will come and take my kids.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Don't say that.
big fear.
Don't hear. The social workers will come to your house, take your kids.
There's a real fear mongering happening
Yeah.
amongst the aunties. We need to talk about it.
Yeah.
We need to talk about it.
Yeah. So can we start with can you tell us how you got into this?
Yeah.
Like, what made you? Who wakes up and says, "I want to be a social worker"? You know, like that.
You know what? It wasn't.
Sorry.
It's a valid question. I like.
But maybe she wanted to do it.
I didn't. So unless the listener might know this. It wasn't my first choice.
All right, let's get
You
into
know
it.
what it is? She didn't find that question strange because she knows
Oh,
she
I thought where
knows
she
my
was
antics.
inspired.
It wasn't my first choice.
Okay.
So I actually did a degree and a master's in international relations.
Wow.
And
Love
I thought I
Vedic.
was going to be a corporate girly. Then COVID hit and I was like, yeah, this ain't for me. This computer life isn't for me. I realized I enjoyed working with people more. Then I just ended up on Indeed and, all these job pages. And I kept saying social work. And I was like, right, maybe that's what I want to do, but I don't have the degree. And I was like, right, I don't want to go back to uni for 3 years. There is a few government funded courses that go on that are fast track to social work. The one that I did was 14 months. At the time when I was looking into it, this is what, 2020? COVID, yeah, 2020. They weren't doing any intake because they just started and they do it every 2 years. So the next intake was 2022. So I was like, you know what? I'll wait the 2 years. If I still want to do it in 2 years, I'll do it. If not, then it was not meant for me.
Yeah.
21 happened. This is also around the time I'm getting married and moving to London. And the application's open. And I was like, you know what? Let me apply. Pick the most random boroughs. I had no idea where in London I was going to live. I did eeny, meeny, miny, mo. This borough sounds nice. This doesn't sound nice. And that's literally how I ended up in the borough that I am working at currently.
Wow.
And then, I did my fast track course. And I'm still there. I'm still in the same borough that I trained in.
Wow.
I surprisingly enjoy it, depending on what day of the week it is. Sometimes it's really stressful and I'm like, oh, why am I doing this? But I'd say 80% of the time, I'm enjoying it. Yeah. So it wasn't my first choice, it was my second. But it's the choice that I like.
You just kind of fell into it, innit?
Yeah.
But at least you
She
enjoy
slipped
it.
and fell.
Voila.
Now she takes
Literally.
people's kids. I'm joking. I'm sorry. I'm joking.
This is like,
You know where it is? It's because I feel 100% comfortable because I know you in it.
don't worry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to the
So
audience.
it's like, don't chase this girl out.
Me, I'm like, what if she
I'm
loves
sorry.
it? Like, I was going to ask
I should
you,
not be making light of such a situation. I apologize to the audience.
what is it about your job that you like?
You know what? I think everyone sees us as people that just come and take kids. Can I just start with saying we actually have no authority to take kids? I think a lot of people don't know this, but we actually just can't walk into your house and take your kids. The only people that can actually do that is the feds.
Oh.
Yeah.
If we want to take your kids, it's a whole process. We've got to go to court.
Bureaucracy.
It's a whole court process. It takes time. It's not something that we can just go and do. But the part that I actually enjoy about my job is the helping. You see a family that's in need, and then there's so much work and effort that goes into actually getting them to a point where those children can remain at home with their family safely. So they're not removed, but the family also have support. So anything like helping the parents with routine. I've done loads like DV, mental health, physical chastisement, loads, and we've worked with families through it and luckily gotten to the other side of it. So I've helped more families than we have removed.
Oh, Alhamdulillah. How did the aunties react to like or your family? Like, did you get backlash like from our community?
Loads.
Obviously, we're Somalis, so did you get like?
Loads. So
No.
aunties would be like, "Oh, what do you do for work? Oh, I'm a social worker."
Oh my
I don't even know how to translate
God.
that.
That basically, what does that mean? That means the people who are cursed. Are you of the cursed people? That's
it's gotten to the point now
nuts.
so that I own it now. So
That's
now when the conversation comes up and I'm like, Habra, don't hate me. I work for Qoladin Kartaqabtay, but I promise I come in peace. I've owned it now. I just say it with my chest and just make a joke of it before it actually, like, they take it serious. Aunties are scary. But when there is actually need, I'm the first person they want to come to. When there is a serious thing, when their kid has gotten into trouble at school or when they're having problems with extended family or whatever it is that can send socials up their door, they want to call me. Then suddenly, you know, I've gone from inkar to khair.
Now you're a blessing. That's so funny.
It works. If it works for them,
That's
it works for me.
insane.
Yeah. So it's been a bit of a mixed bag, but I think my mum is the most proudest one. Anytime there is, before I was even qualified, she was dragging me around to houses like, my daughter can help. And I'm like, I'm not even qualified. Oh, chill out. But I think slowly but surely, I think those around me, all my immediate aunties actually know I'm not bad. Sounds really bad to say, but they know that they can come to me and actually trust me to not screw them over, if that makes sense.
Oh, that's so sweet, man.
Because sometimes there are situations where the let's say a single mother, and she's trying her best. She's not abusive to the kids. She's trying her best, but the kids still kind of need more support in the house. Maybe she needs more support in the house, and like social workers would come in and maybe just make things easier for a while. Like for like maybe 6 months, they'll come to the house every day, wherever she needs help. Is that the kind of thing you're talking about? Like assisted help? Literally.
I think also another part of social work a lot of people don't realise is disabilities. Like we help loads of families. We've got a whole like, not a section, what's it called? A whole service, that's it, for the children with disabilities. And they focus on supporting families and children with disabilities and making things easier for them, things like care packages and so forth. Bit controversial about how much money they've got and how much money they're willing to spend. But in terms of like my side of things, where we work with families and children directly, I'd say it depends on what local authority you work in. My local authority is quite wealthy, so we've got a lot of resources. We've got children practitioners, we've got mental health practitioners, domestic abuse practitioners and workers. So you get lots of support. So one of the families that I've had, I remember one of my colleagues would go around 7 a.m. every morning to help the mum with the school run because she really struggled with getting her daughter up and ready for school. He would be there 7 a.m. every morning, help her with the school run, like just help her navigate what to do. And get the daughter into school on time, fed, dressed and everything. We've also got children practitioners who pretty much do the same thing but more on a larger scale, can help with things like discipline, can help with routine. Like we've got some amazing ladies in the service, in the borough that I work in, who help the families. Like they'll come in, they'll sit with your family, they'll observe, they'll create like a routine for you guys that works and so forth. So I think that's the side that people actually don't see. People think we just come in and take. We don't. Like we have to showcase to the judge that we've actually tried to help the family, and it hasn't worked. Obviously, with that being said, as long as there's not immediate harm, the majority of the time we are there to help.
Wow.
That's
You know,
beautiful.
oh my God, sorry. My throat has decided to act up. Pause.
I just realised what you said.
What was I going to ask you? I was going to say, do you know, like sometimes when I hear like other people who are like not Somali or like not ethnic speaking about like, oh yeah, my kid's social worker or my kid's support worker, like they never say it in like a
Negative way.
in a negative way, but like I feel like our community say it in such like a, like it's almost a shame to be involved at all with like the local authority or socials in general.
Yeah, it's true. I think let's go down a little bit actually. Let me explain this. So in most services, whether it's SIN or CP, there's 3 categories that we work with families on. Child in need, consent-based. The family has to agree to this.
Okay.
We can't get involved until the parents actually sign the dotted line, and then we get involved. The other one is child protection. there is no consent in that one, unfortunately. That's when we think, oh, like, we are needed here.
Yeah.
We need to help this family. There is no consent. We make the decision and you have to work with us. But again, that's still outside of court procedures. And the last one is court procedure. So this is when we go to court again. Still haven't removed the children. We're still working with you.
Wow.
And there is still a chance before we can do anything. The only time that the children obviously get removed immediately is with the police. And even then, it's only for 72 hours, if I remember correctly. And then you have to get a judge to give you an order. With us, we can do an emergency order, but you have to prove that this child is likely to suffer immediate and significant harm. Like, if we were to leave that child overnight tonight, that child will
may not survive. Oh my God.
Anything else, the judge will basically say, go figure it out, mate.
Oh my God.
Get to the back of the line. Like, that's what it's like.
Is it enough proof for the child to say it to you?
No.
You still can't take their word for it.
No, there needs to be evidence, unfortunately. Which in some situations, when you have a gut feeling and you are believing this child and this child's not lying to you, but you can't unless you have evidence, unless there is marks on the. So if it's physical chastisement, we do something called a CP medical. We go to the hospital with the child, and the doctor will rule if there is injuries, and they will decide if the injuries are likely to have happened based on like what the child has told them. So if they said my mum hit me with a stick, they will check their body. If there is a bruise shaped like a stick, there's the evidence. But if there is no evidence, there is no evidence, unfortunately.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. What if it's like of like a essay nature?
Again,
rape kits and stuff in it.
Yeah, but I think when it comes to sexual assault, it's read really lightly because obviously that's a lot more
like sensitive.
That's the word I'm looking for. So there is a different rules for when it comes to DA and obviously sexual assault. But in terms of physical chastisement, so sorry, I should have said we've got 4 categories. Did I mention that? No. So I keep thinking I'm talking to social workers, and you guys know what I'm talking
like
about.
We're dumb.
Yes. Yeah. Speak to me like I'm.
Yeah. So
10.
let's go back a little bit. We've got 4 categories. Like we categorize harm into physical harm, emotional harm, neglect, and then sexual assault. The one that I struggle with the most, neglect. It's so difficult to showcase neglect. And we've had, for some reason, a lot of my families have been neglect. Things like not feeding their children, not taking them to medical appointments, not attending to them properly, not meeting their emotional needs. A lot of this is really difficult to prove.
How do you prove that?
Yeah, I can tell it's difficult.
One of the families that I've worked with, we had support workers going in every single day, 7 days a week, to evidence things. That was the only way to prove it, because how else can you not? The kid kept going to school saying, I haven't ate today. The children's weight kept dropping.
I mean, things like that, come on, you need the social workers, man. What the hell?
We're not that
Do you
bad.
know what I mean?
But even then, like, even with that, like the child's weight dropping, being hospitalised for being dehydrated and so forth, the older kids saying, the children are able to speak, saying, I haven't ate for 2 days, I haven't had dinner for 2 days and so forth. We can't do nothing. We had to result in sending support workers in 7 days a week. And even then, there wasn't enough evidence for the judge. So I think people just genuinely think we come and take kids. Sometimes, I'm not going to lie to you guys, hand on heart, I wish I could. Like, there is a lot of kids that I come across that I leave and I'm so emotional. And I'm like, I just wish I could take you and I could take you home. But we can't. So in those situations,
I would find it so difficult. The way I'd get fired, I'd be like, here, hold my hand, let's go.
Oh, because that's actually going to be my next question.
Let's go.
Like, how do you deal with like the emotional part of it? Like, how do you not take your work with you home?
Oh, I do all the time.
No way.
I can't even say that I don't. I take it with me everywhere. In the car, I'm thinking about it. I'm going to sleep, I'm thinking about, one of my kids has got a doctor's appointment today. I'm doing this with my kid tomorrow. Or I wonder if that kid ate today. Like, literally, even now I'm on maternity and I'm constantly still thinking about my work kids. And anytime I have catch-ups with my work colleagues, I'm like, how's this kid? How's that kid? And they're like, Sirad, you're on maternity leave, calm down. And I'm like, no, but just because I've gone on maternity leave doesn't mean, it's not a case you can just close and you can't pause it.
This is people's real life, man.
Exactly.
Like,
so it's really difficult. But I'd say majority of the times I walk away from a day feeling like, you know what, we've had fun today. I've felt like I've made a change. But overall, like, it's so difficult to just switch off and go home for the day. Like, it's virtually impossible. I haven't mastered it yet anyways.
Oh.
But yeah, it gets easier, I'd say, but you can't just forget about them. Yeah. But you get to a point where you're like, I can't do everything.
Do you know when it's like, you know, when sometimes, how do you differentiate between when it's like actual abuse or when maybe the mum is maybe going through something herself mentally?
Like depression.
Do you get what I mean?
Or, yeah.
Because maybe she needs the support and it's not like she's neglecting her kids. Maybe she's been neglecting herself as well.
And that has happened. That's happened loads of times. Again, I'm very fortunate to be in a really good borough. We've got clinical psychologists in our teams. Nice. So we can tap into, we have a consultation with them. They will go and speak to the parents. And then that way the parent will also get the support that they need. Yeah. And then we'll take it from there. So it's not like we turn a blind eye. Although I am technically a child social worker, I'm there to support the whole family. So if the mum is struggling a bit, we've got people on hand. Yeah. We also have had parents that struggle with substance misuse. We've also got recovery workers in the team. Nice. So they will tap in. And I know a lot of the boroughs don't have that luxury. But alhamdulillah, like, I think that makes my life a little bit easier in terms of, like, when I know I can't help, I know I've got a team in the office that can help. So it just takes that little bit off your conscience that, you know what, I'm in over my head over here, but it's okay. I know who can help with this and I can just tap into them. But yeah, so we would never ignore the mum. We work very closely with GPs as well. Schools, it's a multi-agency team, so we work very closely with everyone. So if I've noticed something, depending on obviously what plan they are, I can talk to the GP, I can say what I've observed, and then they can take it from there as well.
Honestly, I commend you because I could not do your job. I don't have the heart for it. I would cry every single day. I would not be able to sleep at night. I could not. Like, woo!
It gets easier. It gets easier.
There
has been days where I'm just sobbing my eyes out and I'm like, I cannot do this ever again.
Oh my gosh.
And then the next day you're like, okay, great, I'm back again. Let's do this. Because you know, like you both have kids. You know, no matter how tired you are, those kids are depending on you tomorrow. Yeah. It's literally the same. Like, no matter how emotionally drained I am, or no matter how stressed I am, I know those kids are depending on me tomorrow, which, in a sense, is exhausting. But I don't know. I think the longer I have been qualified, I get to a point where I'm like, yeah, they depend on me, but I'm also not the saviour in this. Yeah. I can take annual leave. I did feel a little bit guilty in the beginning where I was like, I can't go on leave. I can't do this. Like the weekends, I was like, oh, my kid's going to be okay. But after a bit, you're like, you know what? I'm here to help, but I'm not on the clock 24/7. And like people say, I don't get paid enough for this. But honestly, if you're in social work, it's not for the money. Yeah. But it gets to a point where you're like, I can't be on the clock 24/7 and I have to switch off sooner or later.
Of course.
So yeah.
You don't want to burn out. And you're also a mum, man.
Yeah.
Has it affected like how you parent your children?
I'd say yeah. Sometimes I look at my kids and I'm like, y'all don't even know how good you guys have it.
Facts.
Sometimes I do that, I'm not gonna lie, but I think it makes me treasure them a lot more. A lot of the times I'll come home from work and I've been with some of my work kids, I'm just looking at my kids like, alhamdulillah, like my kids are healthy, my kids are good. And yeah, but it's made me, I think sometimes I'll come home from work and I'll be really upset about things and I feel like I'm not emotionally available for my kid, and then I'm like, oh, Sirad, snap into it. And these are some of the things that I've learned. I think the first year was really difficult, and then after a bit we have supervisors you talk to, you chit chat, you get over it, they teach you. They can't teach you, they tell you how they cope with things, and then you take it on and then you try things. But yeah, I think in the beginning it was really difficult to be like, are you okay? Like looking at my kid like, are you okay? But in the back of my head I'm thinking, I'm not sure if kids so and so have had dinner tonight. But yeah, it gets easier.
No,
it gets easier.
Tough, man.
Yeah, it's so tough. Wallahi. Yeah. But I feel like social work gets a bad rep, man.
We do, man. We need to hire a PR company or something, honestly.
Yeah, man, honestly, man.
Unfortunately, we don't have time.
One podcast at a time.
I wish people saw our diaries. Like, we actually don't have time for anything, let alone PR. Like, everyone's just so on the go all the time that you can't even sit down and be like, guys, let's create a campaign about how great we are. But again,
that's what the police do all the time.
Isn't it?
Seen those ads?
And you know what? They are the ones that actually take the kids.
Metropolitan
And
Police
they put a bunch of Muslims and blacks in the ad to try and cater to their community.
Diverse.
I see what you're doing.
And they are the ones that actually think up and take kids.
That's
can't
crazy.
relate.
Where do they take the kids? Foster
Foster
care.
They don't have anywhere to take them, so what they do is they take them to the police station.
No, not the cells. No.
I swear to God. They will take them to the police station and then they will call us to ask for a foster placement.
I mean, where else are they supposed to take them, though? Do you know what I mean?
I know, but a police station.
That's so sad.
Doesn't that make it even more scary for them?
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
But
again, they don't go into a house thinking we're removing a child today.
It's true.
Do you get it? It's very difficult. Like, what are you meant to do? Make them sit in the car? Because sometimes it can take hours. At least at the police station, they have a seat. They can get a bit of food.
Yeah.
And so forth.
That's so mad.
So when the police get involved, is that when it's like these kids are definitely being abused, or like the parents are alcoholics type vibe?
Yeah, literally.
Okay.
It could be a situation of the police will get there, the parents are like wiped out on drugs and high, and then obviously it's not safe. There has been a case where the police have gotten to the house and the kids left on their own. Like, I think at that time she was less than 2 years old. Left on her own in the house.
How did they get in?
They broke down the door. And that was only because they had seen the parents outside of the home. And then they'd asked about the other child. They denied it. And eventually, alhamdulillah, they figured out that the child was still left at home.
Oh my God.
And then they broke down. They broke through the door, and the child was in her car.
In her car.
She was less than 2 at the time. Can't remember how many months she was. This was a few years ago. Yeah. So it could be anything. Like, it could be just going into a house and children be left on their own. You know, parents could be wiped out. Parents could be going through a psychosis. Like, there's so much. You don't actually know. And I get it. They actually don't know what they're walking into. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it could be anything.
That's so sad.
It could be anything. Yeah.
I could not do that job, man. Oh my God. I don't see myself ever being police ever be in social work. I'm sorry.
If I ever walked into a house and I saw a kid that's been left there alone, mate.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I couldn't. That's so mad.
And then there's also cases where the parents get arrested and the kids are alone.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's literally, it could be for any reason.
But when they're arresting the parents, can't they just at least... They can't just leave the kid
Put
there?
the kid in the cell with the...
No, but like if the police come and the parents are getting arrested, like where the aunties and uncles, call them over for the kids.
You know what, everyone's not Somali, you know. Everyone doesn't have people down the road.
But you can't, wait, so what? You can't just leave the kids at home, though.
No, you can't. So the police have to either find a family member that can look after them.
Damn, or take them to the station. And then call you guys.
And then call us.
Damn.
You know, Somalis, if that was the situation, you'd have 7 aunties at the front door saying, me,
we talk about your neighbour who lives down the road, who's the one who watches everybody's house like this, is going to be like, oh, don't worry, bring the kids to my house.
Exactly.
Somalis are always watching, though. Can I tell you guys a funny story?
Yeah. Go on.
My mum was literally telling me the other day that one time, like, this is when she used to be a nurse. She was in her uniform and she was talking to a police officer. Just a normal chat, yeah? And there was a Somali woman who saw in the area. She saw my mum talking to a police officer. She went behind the library and called my mum and she was like, Zahra, why were you talking to the police officer? And my mum was like, we were just having a chat. And she was like, I saw you from far and I thought, oh my God. And I crossed the road and I went behind the library. And Hoy's like, why are you running for the police? Did you commit a crime? Like, why are you scared?
But also, if your mum was actually being arrested, she can't answer her phone.
But what's it to you?
Why is she scared? Why is she hiding?
She hid behind a building. And my mum was like, did you steal something? What were you doing? Like, come out, fam. I was just chatting to the police.
I can't. If your mum was actually in trouble, she can't be like, hang on a second, let me answer this. So what does she really want to achieve?
She fully called my mum. Zahra, I saw you talking to a police officer. Are you okay? What's
No.
going on? She also, I guess, wanted to get the tea. Or what was going on.
Yeah,
She was-
that's
No.
it. She wanted to check.
She wanted to get information. And Hoy's like, where are you? I can't see you. She was like,
I'm hiding.
I'm hiding. So literally the fear, it's not just social work. Even with the police, the Somalis fear them.
No, even with the doctors, even with the hospital, we have like a fear of
Everything.
Of the
Teachers
establishment,
as well.
of the authority and all of the mistrust.
It's also, listen, it's the Chinese whispers that Somali aunties do. One auntie will tell another auntie, if you do this, this is going to happen. And it just spreads like wildfire. I remember,
mad.
and this is actually true stories. I'm not even going to say too much on the source. I'm just going to say hypothetically.
Yeah.
Let's say hypothetically. There was a mum and her son got injured in the home.
Okay.
His son's like 3-4 years old. He accidentally burnt himself with like a cup of tea that was on the table all over his chest. Like it was like 3rd degree burns. Bad.
Damn.
She was like, okay, I'm going to take him to the hospital, whatever. She was talking to her friend on the phone. Guess what her friend said to her?
Don't.
If you take him to the hospital,
They're going to call
they're
socials
going to
on you.
take your kid away from you.
Oh my God.
And she was like, no, Because if he doesn't get like the right dressing wound on this burn,
this is gonna get worse.
then they're gonna fucking investigate me even more, bruv. Exactly. Like if I take him to school or whatnot, they'll ask what the hell is this on his chest. She was like, taking him to the hospital it's just an accident. Like things happen. Like they're not gonna take my child away. But she was literally saying to me, in that moment, she was saying, "Oh no, he burnt himself. Just look after it at home. Don't even take him to the hospital, because they might take your kid." Accidents happen. Accidents actually happen. Like, you know, like they're not gonna look at you sideways if your child hurts themselves and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean?
No, it's true mad. Because, you know, before Hannah turned 2, before she turned 2, Hannah had like 2 or 3 major accidents. So there was one time where she was running and she didn't look where she was going, and she was running like this, looking backwards, and then when she turned around, she hit the corner of the door right here. Yeah. And she still, till today, has a scar right there where it was this open. Big, it split open, and it was green, like instantly it was like that. And it was right here. So that was the first major incident she had. We had to go to A&E. The second one she had was, again, she was running. She was running. She slipped, and then she smacked her head on the corner of the bottom of the bed. It's so weird how, like, you know, you wouldn't even notice that corner. And I didn't even notice the corner until she hit her head on it. And then it was like sharp, and it like split her head open again. But this is like a year later.
Double homicide.
On the same head. It was a different spot. It was like over here. Somebody could have said, "Oh, you're neglecting your kid."
Yeah.
But how can you predict when an accident is going to happen?
Exactly.
You can't.
Exactly.
Like, you can be watching them as much as you want, and something could still happen to them.
Also, doctors can actually tell if it was like a blunt force trauma, as in like an object was used, or when if it's just like a hit on their head. Like they can actually differentiate between that.
Of course,
I've watched way too many crime docs.
No, but it's true that even as an adult, you don't even have to be qualified. If someone's telling you my daughter ran into the corner of the table, but
there's a black eye,
you're going to be like,
there's like sense. Bruises all over her body.
Yeah, you can put 2 and 2 together. But you know what happens? You know when you go to hospital with the situation.
Yeah.
Same thing with my son Elias. Ran in, I think he was a year. So I don't know. I went to the toilet, decided to climb the dining table, slit the corner of his eye, and then obviously we go to hospital, get it sorted and whatnot. But you know, when you go to hospital, they always ask you, "Are you into social services?" It's like their line.
Yeah, they ask me that as well.
They always do.
Every time I went, they asked me both times.
They have to. There's a form. So if they tick yes, we get that form.
Oh, okay.
So that will go to MASH, and then they will go through it, and then if it's worthy of an assessment or whatever, not worthy, but if it's serious, they'll hand it over. But a lot of the times, like, you will see things that are an accident, but the person is too scared for it to come back on them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
They're thinking, if I don't refer it and this was actually something else, it's going to come back on me. So they refer it anyways to be safe, and then we deal with it. An example is we got a referral for a little baby, crawling age, I can't remember the exact how many months, had opened the cupboard and a washing pod. And then obviously didn't fully swallow it. The mum got it out, but still took the baby to the hospital. Got the baby checked out. The hospital thought, oh, just in case, let's refer it. It comes to us, you know, and obviously we'll speak to the parents. You can tell if it's a genuine accident or not. It's soap. Who's gonna
Who's feeding their baby soap?
But listen,
you never know. But
okay,
you never know.
That's mad.
But it's a pod. Who's gonna give a pod to a baby with no teeth? Do you get what I mean?
Do you know what it is?
You'd put washing soap, like liquid, down their throat, no?
Yeah, I hear that.
Do you know what it is? Now that like Adam's at a crawling age, and my goodness, like there are times where I just as soon as I look at him, I see that he has swallowed something.
Allah.
And you're like,
what can you do at that point?
And this is the thing. Well, like, you speak to parents, and you can genuinely tell it's an accident. Those cases, we just Salam alaikum. No worries, take care. Yeah. Because also, it's like not everything's worth an assessment. It takes time. It takes weeks to do an assessment.
No way.
It takes weeks.
Also, I feel like if it's a recurring thing, that's when maybe that's when the alarm bells will ring for you guys.
That's when the alarm bells.
Like, why is this guy on his 10th?
Yeah, that's when we'll be like, is everything okay?
Oh no!
Do you need this?
Wait, or he had a washing pod this week. Next week he's drank some bleach. Next week he's had some fairy liquid. The next week.
Why haven't you locked the cupboard yet? My good
Exactly.
sis. My good sis.
And you know, at work we say it's about risk. So as social workers, we're not scared of holding risk.
Okay.
The thought of, you know what, I'm okay to close this now, knowing I can be confident in my decision, thinking this was a genuine accident. But if it happens again, obviously I'll rethink it. I'm okay to wait for that to become a reoccurring thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whereas other professionals, teachers,
Hey.
I cannot hold risk. Any little thing that happens, they need to refer. Because they thought, even if a child comes and says, oh, my mum hit me yesterday.
They have to report that, to the safeguarding.
Hitting is a bit extreme. But like if they came and said, oh, my little brother did this and this, like at a washing pod yesterday, they will report it straight away. They won't speak to the parents first.
Allah.
They won't look into it because their whole thing is, oh my God, imagine if this becomes something serious. I don't want my face on the news, whatever. They don't want to hold that risk.
I get it though.
Yeah, but would it really be backlashed on them? It wouldn't, would it?
No.
It wouldn't.
No.
So they're
Obviously, if it's
scared for
something
no
serious,
reason.
I completely get it. I'll give you an example. One of my colleagues had a story where the kid had gone to school and said, my mum hit me with a knife.
Raw.
Okay. Matting.
At first, it sounds scary. The minute they spoke to the parent, it turned out to be ludicrous because first they spoke to the child, sorry. The child said, my mum was holding the sharp bit. It was the big knife and they hit me with the wooden bit. Mm-hmm. Use your brains, girls. If you're holding the sharp bit, what will happen?
It's going to cut you.
Look at the parent's hands. There's absolutely nothing. Ask the child again. The child eventually fesses up and says, I was lying because I wasn't allowed to play PlayStation.
You know, that's actually a real thing, you know, because I know a kid that lied to his teacher about his mum.
There you go.
And
it
said
happens.
what?
You just
Abuse
have to question.
all the time. It happens. My mum did this to me. My mum
Yeah.
did. Just
It
because the
happens
child was
way
just
more than
angry
you could
at their
think.
parent.
Nasra, it happens loads.
Trust me.
And the amount of assessments that we've done, thinking this is real, and then obviously the more you speak to the family, the more you speak to the kids,
crazy.
the siblings, the parents, you can come to a professional judgment that this is actually not true. But literally all that conversation took was asking the kid, can you explain to me how it happened? And he says, yeah, my mum was holding the sharp bit and she hit me with the wooden bit. Please. So if the teachers had just asked 2-3 follow-up questions, they would have come to the same conclusion themselves. But they didn't. But in that, honestly, I can get it. If a kid comes and says, my mum hit me with a knife,
Do you know,
it's
teachers,
scary.
from their standpoint, I think they're more loyal to the kid.
No,
I think they just
They're
want
loyal
to
to
be
the kid
safe.
more than the
I
parents.
think
They are.
I think the teachers are like, I don't get paid enough for this. This is not my job. There's somebody else who's going to do this job.
Yeah.
Let's refer. I feel like they don't get paid enough.
But sorry,
I've seen
so
so many documentaries
Yeah.
of kids being abused by parents and getting killed by parents and stuff like that. And there's always a question of why didn't the teachers do something? Why didn't the so I feel like teachers, they don't want that smoke. So
No,
they're thinking anything I
that's the thing.
see, I will just report because later on if something happens to
they
that
can't live
child,
with the risk. Whereas I think a lot of social workers can.
They
It's
want to
one
be
of
on
them ones where
Netflix.
it's like,
They
don't
want to be on Netflix. They want to be on Netflix
Yeah.
saying, I did the best I could.
Yeah.
I referred to social services.
safeguarding team.
And the safeguarding team did not do what they needed to do. But I referred.
But you know, in social work terms, so
Yeah.
currently we hold all the plans, the SIM plans, the CP plans. There is a change coming where other agencies, like multi-agencies that we work with, such as teachers, can now hold child in need plans.
Oh, wow.
I was like, yeah, the whole school's going to be on a child in need plan because anything to safeguarding concern for
My
teachers.
God, yeah.
They're going to pay. I hope not, anyways. But I can imagine like the numbers increasing because hopefully they'll give them some training. They don't have the same training that obviously social workers do in terms of assessing risk.
Wow.
But I think things will change once that happens. I think it's happening sometime
They
next
better
year.
pay teachers a bit better.
Hopefully give them the training first, please. Because can you imagine going to a child in need meeting because the child said they didn't brush their teeth today and suddenly that's neglect.
No, but
Allah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Can we please talk about like
Or they didn't get their
They hate
nails
brushing
cut.
their teeth though. Let's be real. As
they
a
do?
parent,
I have to literally
it's a war zone.
every day I'm fighting Jenna. She's a big 4-year-old.
But imagine someone
Every
blaming
day
you for
we're
it.
fighting in the toilet. I'm like, brush your teeth. No, I don't want to. Brush your damn teeth.
You know what Hannah says to me?
Your breath kicks.
Hannah goes, I'll do it after I eat. I goes, no, you won't. You'll do it now. She goes, yeah, but then I'm not going to do it tonight. I was like, we brush it twice a day. What do you mean you're negotiating the times of brushing? What do you
Elias
mean?
says, I already did it when Monday. That's his favourite word. It's Saturday. Monday was a few days. Mummy, I already did it. When did you do it? Monday. Dead serious.
Oh my God.
Dead serious.
Nah, man, the
Especially
breath.
when we're potty training. Elias, do you need the toilet? I already went Monday. It's Saturday, please. Just
That's
go
his
to the
favourite day.
Everything is Monday. Literally. I haven't figured out if he thinks Monday is right now or tomorrow. but everything is Monday.
As he grows older, he realised Monday's the worst day of the week.
Innit? For
It's
real.
gonna change real quick.
Can you
For
imagine?
real.
Oh,
He's gonna hate
bless.
it. Yeah.
Wait, listen. You have a question? Sorry.
Go on, sorry.
I was gonna say at some point we're gonna read out some questions that our followers asked.
That's literally where I was going to go.
Banging,
Man.
You guys are so
We're on
in
the
sync.
same.
We're in sync. So I actually sent Sirad the questions
Oh, okay.
because I wanted her to...
I was gonna pretend I was gonna be like,
No. I wanted
I've
her
seen
to
them.
see them in it. Obviously, I don't know. Maybe you might need to do some research,
Yeah.
you know? So I screenshotted them and I sent you the questions. And can we start with the one about hating children?
yes.
No, sorry. That
Let's
one.
do that.
That one was a
No,
bit
I
mad.
actually liked it. She said the same. She was like, "There's only one mad question." I actually liked it because, let's be honest, okay.
Wait. Let me read the question first.
Yeah,
Okay,
go
read
on.
the question, like, because for me, I was a bit taken back by it.
No.
can't
I
lie.
think we need to talk about it.
No, we do. We need to talk about it. It's an
But
elephant
go
in the
on.
room, definitely.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Where did I send it to you? On Snapchat? Okay.
Snapchat, it's very unserious, guys. What's going on?
Hey.
I delete my app, by the way, so don't send me snaps.
Oh, what a waste.
I'm off Snapchat
That's
now.
boring.
It's just, it's I don't know. I feel like
Why can't we physically discipline our kids? It works.
I don't know about the it works bit.
I don't know about the it works bit at all. It
Don't know
doesn't
about
work.
that.
It doesn't work.
But now I'm scared to say it because now she's going to go and do it. Legally, you can smack your children. That's the thing. The illegal part is, I think it says something with reasonable force, so
Yeah.
you can't leave a mark. Anything above that, it's okay, which is why when kids come and say, my parents hit me, it's not straight removal. It's, you need to go and investigate this because
Okay.
in the eyes of the law, I think they're looking to change it. Hopefully they do because it's such a grey area. Would you mean you can do it with reasonable force? Because people's interpretation of reasonable force is very different. And like
Exactly.
some things might not leave a mark, whereas other things might. I can slap you 5 times in different parts of your body and not leave a single mark, but that can be more painful than one singular slap that leaves one mark. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's such a grey area. I don't like it. They
'cause
need to
even-
change the
Even
wording.
the smack itself, like if you smack really hard, you can leave literally
Yeah.
finger marks.
Yeah.
I did it to my brother one time. He pissed me off.
Yeah, not gonna lie, my uncle did it to me.
I slapped my brother one time,
Bruh.
and he had marks on his face, and I was like,
How old was he for research purposes?
God.
I'm joking.
So we are.
he was pissing me off.
I'm not gonna lie, my uncle slapped me one time, left a handprint on my
Yeah,
face
it's
right
it's. And that's
Sorry,
the thing.
man.
Reasonable
At his
force
big age,
means
wallah,
different
hey.
things to different people. How do you define reasonable force?
Yeah, because slaps are.
To me, it could be this. To you, it could be dash.
here. Right.
You know.
So you see, like, I think with what I've noticed from like people who I know who are okay with smacking their children, they say like on their hand.
Yeah.
So like they'll smack their hand like this, and they'll say like spanks, but like spanks that are not like obviously you're not whipping them,
Yeah.
but like a spank with maybe a shoe
Yeah.
or a flip flop.
Yeah.
You know.
Somali one.
Yeah, like a Somali flip flop, like what Arabs do as well, and like ethnic people in general.
Yeah.
Even the Latinos,
Yeah.
they call it a chancla.
Oh.
Yeah, so everybody gets beat with
Okay,
with,
that's
with
the
a
tradition.
with a das. Everyone
It's
gets
everyone.
beat. It's literally everyone
Bilingual
gets
queen,
beat.
okay.
They said
I was
chancla
like,
and that.
what is
yeah.
she trying to come out with?
So obviously with a flip flop like that, for most people, I think that's reasonable force. But anyone who says like I punched my kid in the face is
Yeah.
reasonable force is nuts.
Exactly. It's difficult because even like this and that is very different.
True.
So which one is it? I don't like it. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
It
the
needs to
law
be more
needs to
specific
be
about the
smacking. Just take it out. Just
So
just
what
don't
are they
hit
gonna
children.
what
How
are they
about that?
gonna change it to?
I have no idea. No idea, but I've been hearing lots of talks about it.
Oh.
In terms, I think they should just take it out, just make it illegal. End of.
Yeah, but
Like,
then if you made it illegal, anyone who did that to their kid and the kid said my mummy hit me,
Yeah.
and then now all of a sudden they're dealing with
True.
2, 3, 4, 5 weeks of investigations.
True.
Bruh.
True. It is difficult, but in terms of physically disciplining your children, I think people don't realize how much it damages children
course,
long
yeah.
term. Like I think I was reading a research the other day. When was it from? It was very recent, and it was just talking about like the neurological damage it has on a child. We knew about things like anxiety, like if you've been beat as a child, you're more likely to have emotional needs and so forth. But it's actually looking into like how your brain is affected as a result of you being hit as a child. And we don't realise the consequences. So I think also, realistically, a 3-year-old, family I did.
Oh my God.
They're not gonna know.
They don't understand
They don't have the
anything.
mental capacity to be like, oh, I did this yesterday, so my mum hit me. Let me not do it again. They don't have that rationale.
They can't put two and two together.
It doesn't make sense. I think there is, in terms of physical discipline, yes, you can technically slap your children. Is it wise? Absolutely not. Do I recommend it? Absolutely not. Is there other ways of disciplining your children? 100%. And I think that's what we need to start normalizing.
I think we need to start with the parents, because if you yourself have the mentality of like, oh, I was beat as a kid and I turned out fine, then you're more likely. Are we all fine? We're not all fine at all, are we?
We're still talking about it. So
it's still traumatic. But like, I feel like they think that like, oh, it could have been worse type of vibe. I could have been way worse.
Which is true. It could have been worse. But I think the emotional impact of it, the fact that we're still talking about it as adults, I used to get beat. And you remember it. You can remember every single item you was beat with.
No, you never forget. I was beat with a belt one time.
I hate when
not even by my mum.
When people say I turned out fine, at the time when you were getting beat, you were fearful. You were fearing your life, bro. You hated your parent in that moment.
Exactly.
What do you mean you turned out fine?
Yeah, it's not very fine, is it?
It's absolutely not fine at all. Okay, S, do you want to do the next question? Pick one.
Yep. Okay, how about this one? What work is done to combat prejudice and unconscious bias in social workers?
A lot.
Okay.
A lot. I think we all acknowledge it. Everyone knows they have their own biases.
Yeah.
I think I'm always very vocal and I say I am a mum, and I know sometimes my own biases can come in the way of like how I look after other kids. So what we look at is like, is the child getting good enough care? My standard of good enough care is very different to obviously what's required. And I am very conscious that that's the thing. And I think we do this thing of like saying it out loud so that you can be more conscious of it. We have group supervisions where we all come together and we'll present a case and we'll talk about it. We'll talk about like your own social graces. So like me being black, being a female, being a Muslim, being a mum, all of these are my social graces.
Wow.
And how does that affect the steps that I take in working with these like that specific family? So we talk about it a lot. Even outside of supervision, you can talk to your manager. A lot of the times you're just talking to your colleagues, because social work, although it's one person per case, it really isn't. Like you're talking to people about it all the time because you're like, let me just double check, am I doing the right thing?
Yeah.
And so it's very, I think in my office anyways, we've got a very safe space to talk about things. You can just put anyone and be like, hey, listen, let me talk to you about this. Am I doing the right thing? But it's just like being aware of your own social graces, your own biases, your own upbringings, because a lot of it can shape like how you deal with kids and families.
Yeah.
I think I make it very clear. My thing is basic needs, food. Food is the big one for me. Medical attention. Those are two that I'm not willing to compromise on. So I will compromise on whether you're giving your child steak for dinner versus beans on toast. That's okay. That's not a battle that I'm willing to take. But as long as that child's getting any food,
Fairs.
and as long as that child's getting their medical needs met, that I'm not compromising on. Anything else we can kind of talk about, like, are you a shouter? Are you a quiet person? Do you do gentle parenting? Whatever it is we can compromise on, I don't compromise on those two. And I think everyone around me kind of knows that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Does the way that you deal with like cases differ from your colleagues?
Yeah.
But you guys have like a guideline?
Yeah.
Or a set like amount of rules?
Yeah. There is a guideline of like threshold. There is different thresholds for different things. And we all know those. But I think what is different is how we support parents. Okay. Some of us are more talkers. Some of us are more practical. We're all different in the way that we do things. A lot of us will like go and sit down with the parents, have a cup of tea and go through things. Some will bring physical things and do things that way. I'm not going to lie, I prefer working with the kids because I can bond. Maybe I'm a child on the inside, but I can bond a lot more with the teenagers and the way to their heart is food. Literally, do you guys want to go Nando's? Yeah, cool, let's go Nando's. And we'll talk the car journey there. It's something about eye contact. When you're not having eye contact with these teenagers, they can yap a lot more than we do. So like the car journey to Nando's, the car journey back, that's what I prefer doing. Whereas I have colleagues that prefer to do things practically, very structured. We'll come to you. We're going to spend 10 minutes talking. we're going to spend 15 minutes doing an activity, we're going to spend 10 minutes looking at these resources, 10 minutes saying bye, and then I'm out the door.
Okay.
Everyone's kind of different. But in terms of like threshold, we all follow the same threshold, but we differentiate. We're different in the way that we support families. Okay. And I think managers know that. And my manager's really good at, like, when she gets a new family, she will look at it and she can match them up quite nicely to the social worker that she thinks would like meet their needs best.
I was just about to ask about that. I was gonna ask and say, like, so who like distributes
managers?
That's so cool.
And we swap families.
No way.
Not often. It's not like, because obviously it's not good for the child to like meet one person and then 2 weeks later have a new social worker. But there has been situations before we've met the family where we're like, you know what, I think your family is more suited to me. What do you think? And we'll do SOPSI.
Yeah.
Or we'll have situations where you have worked with the family for like months on end. You're not getting somewhere, and you can either bring another social worker on board. Obviously, the manager has to agree.
Of course.
But obviously, if you have the rationale for it, it's most likely a yes. And obviously, the person has capacity. Or it might be a situation where you and that family are butting heads, which happens a lot. And it gets to a point where there's no return. Obviously, it's not in the child's best interest to still be involved. You can like substitute social workers then as well. It doesn't happen often that we butt head to the extent that it's not like beyond the point of return. But it has happened. There has been a few instances where I've seen that around the office, and you just swap.
Oh my gosh.
You put your ego aside, because obviously no one wants to be told that family doesn't like you.
Yeah.
But you put the kids' needs first.
The family allowed to say, can I have a different social worker?
They need to come with a reason.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not because you've said it doesn't mean it's going to happen. Okay. But sometimes, sorry, I just remembered a story. Sometimes you can tell that the family don't like you. So we had a family, and there was two of us working on this case, me and a male social worker. Every time we went to the house, he would always be offered water.
But you wouldn't?
Never. And at one point, the youngest child in the family referred to me as, "Hey, you African lady." The day I was like,
that's what they were referring to.
Yeah, that's what you call me
social worker
behind the
and
door.
the African lady.
Yeah, literally. That's when I was like, that's what you guys call me behind the closed door.
No.
Your male, the guy that was with you, white.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he always was offered water.
Oh my goodness.
You're not
we navigated it very nicely. Yeah, we navigated it very nicely in a sense where
the way they would never see me again.
You don't have that choice because you're there for the kids.
I don't care.
You are there for the kids.
Oh my god. No, but like, I just said the white guy could go by himself. No, why
there's more kids. It was a very like, depending on like the situation, how many kids there are, how much time the family needs, the concerns. There might need to be two. Okay. This was a lot going on, so there needed to be two of us. But we split it nicely where he did anything to do with the mom, and I assessed the father instead. Yeah.
Right. Who was a bit more tolerant?
The father.
Wow.
Yeah. But the mom was claiming, I remember the mom was saying the father is racist.
But she was the racist. Crazy work. She's projecting.
You know,
she's deflecting.
Crazy
so
work.
I think it was somebody in the family told us the mum might be into like witchcraft.
No, guys,
this story. And we were sitting in our rooms in the office where we do the CP conferences, the child protection conferences. And as we're talking about this witchcraft situation, wallahi, I kid you not, we just hear a loud bang. We look at the window and there's just apple juice like on the window. This window is facing trees. There's no one there. But there is an apple tree. So somehow the apple hit the window but with full force.
As soon as you guys started talking about
it. Yeah, I sat there like, whipped
out Quran. Ayatul Kursi on deck.
Yeah. I don't know if that was I don't think it was a coincidence. But yeah, I've never been so scared in my life. I was like, what the hell?
And you still had to work with them?
Yeah, of course.
Do you still do?
Yes, we've closed. There was 3 kids in that family. We closed 2 kids. They're no longer with the mother. They're with their respective fathers. And there is 1 kid that we still work with. But obviously, I'm on maternity leave at the moment, so I don't see her. But yeah.
Damn.
I know.
That is insane.
Yeah, I can't be in this job, you know.
Nah, me neither.
Wow. No, you actually kind of opened my eyes a little bit to it.
In a good way.
In a good way.
Okay, just
in
checking.
A good way.
Just checking.
No, in a good way.
But then, you know what? I just remember there was another story. You get threats you will get threats from people that are threatened. Yeah.
Like what kind of threats?
The worst I have been called is an inbred immigrant.
Whoa.
By an immigrant.
Whoa.
That's the fun part. Yeah, no, I was called an inbred immigrant at one point. You get called all sorts
How
of
would they
things.
even know you were inbred?
Thank you.
Unless they know your mum and your dad are
Thank you. And I'm
siblings.
glad.
Inbred.
How would you know?
It's like one of the worst things.
Honestly, I remember that day in the office. I didn't know whether I should laugh or cry. You know, it's one of the ones where you're like, am I upset or am I impressed by your
did they
comment?
write
Like,
it to you or did they say it to you?
on the phone. And then I had to end the phone call because obviously it was getting very abusive. And then I started getting messages of abuse, and there was a lot in there.
Allah.
And I remember I was sitting amongst people and I just went, guys, I just got called an inbred immigrant. I don't know. I genuinely didn't know how to feel. Like, do I laugh or do I cry? Like, am I offended? Absolutely not, because it's not true. But is that the best you had? Like, is that the best you could? I also got told I wear the hijab for bands.
Wow.
Yeah, they said, you think you're a religious woman wearing a hijab, but, you know, you're out here doing this. I'm thinking, I'm trying to do right by your child. Please allow me. Give me a break. Don't bring religion into this.
There's a reason I'm here.
Yeah.
There's a reason I'm here
You're
working
not
with
even
your
Muslim.
child.
Like, how are you coming for my hijab? What do you know about? What do you know about my hijab?
They're not even Muslim.
No.
Crazy work.
Yeah.
You know, I was gonna say, you said your approach is more like with the kids and like, let's go to Nando's and chill and chat. Who pays for the Nando's?
Work.
Okay.
Yeah, work. Yeah, so obviously you have to get it approved first. Let me just put that out there. And obviously I know a lot of boroughs are different in terms of like how much money they've got and how much you can spend.
I know, because we work with social workers. My mom's care agency. We
work
hand in hand with them.
See?
So we see their budget sometimes for certain clients. You know who I'm talking about.
Oh, wow.
And how does it look?
Sometimes they got money.
Every day there was a budget and we'd take that person out.
There you go.
And it was the social worker that basically said, they're the ones who connected us to the family. So social workers are out here trying to help teenagers and stuff like that. So.
That's crazy.
So I've done loads. I've taken the kids shopping. I have bought families things like washing machine, fridges. I've bought a kid an iPhone once. Nando's, Pizza Express, Mackey's.
An iPhone?
Arcade, you name it, we've done it. I remember after I started, I think it was like a year or so, my service manager was sitting there doing an Excel sheet and I was like, you okay? And she was like, yeah, I'm just going over the budget. We've gone over by 14 grand. I said, is that since I started? Because literally, any reason, I don't know how to say no to people. So a family will call and say,
over by 14 grand?
There's a lot of social workers, and if a family comes to you and says, my washing machine is broken or my fridge is broken, what you're meant to say is, let's go look at charities. But realistically, charities can take weeks. If you've got young children, you can't survive.
Exactly.
You know, but my fridge that broke last week.
Oh my God.
My fridge broke last week. So I was in Birmingham. My fridge broke. I was meant to come back and I ended up staying in Birmingham extra because why am I coming home to a fridge? It was my husband's idea.
You don't have a fridge. How are you going to come
He was
home
like,
with
why are
two
you
small
coming
children?
home with 2 kids and no fridge?
Yeah.
I said, great. I live my life. I stayed in Birmingham. I know Nessa hates Birmingham, but I love it.
Wait, you're from Birmingham, innit?
Yeah.
But you don't sound annoying. Your accent ain't that bad.
Thanks.
Her accent's not that bad.
How long were you around in London for?
4 years.
No, but you don't have that.
I never did though, even in Birmingham.
You know where it is? Even in Birmingham, she never had it, to be fair.
It's always just been...
But you can hear it in certain things that she said.
Yeah.
You can hear it, but it's not like strong.
Birmingham? It's not like that. Okay.
Bullring and that, you know what I mean?
Bullring? No, but that's the Timothy
Gosh, I was going to say that's the Twitch lads, babes. Ain't us. Ain't us.
No, that's the Asian Birmingham accent.
Okay.
You're right, bro.
Yeah.
And that.
I never had a thick accent, I'd say. Yeah.
It's always sounded pretty normal.
Yeah, it sounds...
Let's blame Norway. Yeah.
She's Norwegian, you know.
Yeah.
It could be
Do you know,
the
guess
European
what?
thing.
It's so funny, but when me and Sirad became friends, one time I posted a picture of me and my cousins, and she goes, "How do you know my cousins?"
Bruh.
And
We share cousins.
I said, "They're my cousins," and she said, "They're my cousins
Genuinely?
too." And then we had to figure out how they're your cousins. I'm related to them through their mum's side. She's
through
related to
their
them through their dad's side. She's
Yeah.
first cousin with
Genuinely,
them through
that's my
their
cousin.
dad's
Like, we
side.
shared bedrooms for ages.
That's
Oh my,
crazy
that's happened to me
work.
before, and they're related to the other side.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, so strange. Yeah.
That's so mad,
we,
isn't
we
it?
share, when they have kids, we'll share nieces and nephews.
I know.
Yeah.
She was actually like, "How do you know them?" And I was,
So
in my head, I was reading the message and I was
Because what
like,
are the chances they're from Norway?
"Huh?"
What are the chances that they would be in England and she would... Were you in England or were they in Norway?
I was in Norway.
You were in Norway, there you
Yeah.
go.
And I was
what
like,
were the
huh?
chances?
I was
None.
reading that and I was like, "What?"
Yeah. Small world.
Crazy, isn't it?
That's crazy.
Small
man.
world.
Crazy
yeah.
world.
Yeah.
before we get into like your motherhood journey, because we actually want to know about that as well, we do have a couple of more questions, because there's not that many questions. I just want to get through all of them,
Go for it.
just in case somebody is going to be like wondering, like, you know, I really wanted the answer to that question, you know. And then Sirad has made us some sweet treats. If you didn't know, Sirad is a baker. She baked in Birmingham for years, and before she became a social worker in London. And
my
now
time got eaten up.
and now you're
back on it.
and I love that.
I know.
I absolutely love it.
Got a bit of time on my hands now.
There's actually something so special. There's something so special about someone taking the time to bake something for you. It's not the same as just going to Hummingbird Bakery and getting. Do you know what I mean? They actually they put love into it. So I appreciate it, man.
I love that.
I hope you guys enjoy
Hummingbird
it.
slaps.
Stop! I love that.
But when someone bakes it for you, it hits different.
You know, there's love in it.
I know there's love in it, because if you can see, I can see them. If you can see, they look beautiful. Okay,
hopefully you guys enjoy them.
So the next question is, so when a parent does access like the service, like social services, when they do access support from you guys, when has a parent crossed the line from just accessing the service and being helped to then having their kids taken?
Okay.
Like, is there a
this
line?
Is the one that you had to explain to me.
Like, what line is there? Like, how does that happen, basically?
I mean, if a parent comes and asks for help, it's always welcomed. Like, we're here to help. Like, we're not just going to be like, and we have to be very transparent, even if you don't want to. Okay. We have to show to the judge, if we ever go down that route, that we have been transparent and we have supported the family as much as we can, but there is no other chances. In the point, like, where is there a line crossed is if that child suddenly is at risk of significant harm. Like, if we think, oh my God, if I leave that child there tonight, they're going to suffer severely. That's where the line's crossed. But in terms of like, if the parent comes to me and says, I'm struggling with disciplining my children, I do beat them or I do hit them sometimes, but I'm trying to not to, I don't know how to, can you guys please help me?
Yeah.
Absolutely. We will. We'll sit down with you. We'll go over like parenting techniques. We have parenting courses as well that parents can do. There is also like parenting courses for like children with special needs. There's so many courses that you can do, but obviously nothing is like the one-to-one support that you get. Yeah. So even if we can't do everything with you, the child practitioners can do it, and they will give you a lot more time than we can as social workers. Because as much as you want to, our schedule just doesn't allow us to do as much as we want to. Yeah. So that's where like the help of the child practitioners come in place, and they can sit down and they can give you that time that we just can't always give. Yeah. And we'll go over things like parenting techniques or whatever it is that you need help with. So yeah, unless the child is at risk of significant harm, there is that's kind of the line that you have to cross. Yeah.
Amazing. So the other question was, what triggers a child from being removed from a home, which is pretty much what we just spoke about. Yeah. Spoke about. There's the last question here. Why do social workers have a negative perception of kinship carers?
I saw that as well. We don't. I don't know where that's come from. If anything, we want them.
Really?
We want them. So anytime we have to do court procedures with children, we have to ask, are there any friends and family that can take these children? A, because it's a lot better for the children to be amongst people that they know. Yeah. B, as bad as it sounds, I'm going to be so honest, it's cheaper. It ain't my money, but I know that's kind of how people are seeing it. Foster care is expensive. It is expensive. If you want a career change, go to foster care.
I don't have enough bedrooms in my house,
not
apparently.
even that, man. My capacities are really...
Yeah, but you need to be emotionally ready to take on what comes with it. But it's foster care is expensive. But in terms of like the best interest of the child, it's best for them to be with someone that they know. So we always ask, is there any friends and family that can look after the children? And then we'll assess them first and foremost. And again, we have to show the judge that we have done that. Yeah. Yeah, you can't just be like, oh, no, they do have family, but we want them to go into foster care. Doesn't work like that.
And more time the family actually want. Yeah. More time they want to take the kids.
Yeah, you know? But not every family member is suitable.
Okay.
And not everyone has family as welcoming as ours. Somali community.
It's true.
Even if there is no blood family, you'll find friends and family that will do it for you. But there will be situations where like someone will come forward and be like, I will look after my sister's kids, but you're struggling with your own kids, or you've had your own kids removed and you're a drug dealer, or whatever it is, whatever the situation might be, you might not pass the assessment.
You're a family of 4 living in a 2-bedroom.
No, if there's
Like
space, no. If there is space, we won't reject it because of space.
Oh, you won't reject because of space?
No.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
I thought they would start counting bedrooms.
Yeah.
No, not when it comes to
Because,
kinship
you know,
care.
even with foster care,
Yeah.
like you
Foster
can't
care's different
foster
'cause
a child.
They're not your family.
Okay.
But if you want to look after your children, obviously we can't give you housing. But we have written support letters in the past to be like, hey, this family needs a bigger house because they're not looking after things. Housing is another department that I not our friends at the moment.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone gets on with housing.
Don't even talk about housing, because some of these boroughs, some of your housing officers are sleeping all day and doing nothing at work.
Crazy work.
Namely, I can name a few. Actually, I won't name them today, but I can name a few of you boroughs.
Yeah.
Some of them actually, they don't do any work. Like the housing officers don't do any work. They fabricate letters, they fabricate emails.
Yeah.
They don't do their job at all. Like, it's crazy. It's almost like they're hiring and they hire the dumbest person that walks in. Like, oh, you don't know anything? Yeah, here's the job. You've been hired. Somebody with a degree? No, sorry.
so
You're too
scary.
You're overqualified for this
too
job.
much.
Yeah, it's so scary because obviously we work in the same building or same borough as them. And a lot of the times, rather than going through the main line, we go through teams. And even then, we're getting treated like shit. And I'm like, if we're getting treated like this and I'm next door to you,
Imagine
how are you
the-
treating people?
Exactly.
Like, how, we can't even get through on Teams. How are people getting through on the phone? Housing?
Housing is the worst department.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Oh
They
my
need
God,
to
can I
like...
tell you a story about housing, actually?
Go on
Yes.
then.
Sorry, I have all the stories in the world. So this is a few years ago. There was a young girl. She was a young mum. Was she a mum at the time? Yeah, she was a mum at the time. Sorry, I had to think. She was a young mum at the time, and she'd been through DV. So she'd come into the office. It was quite brutal, and it was me, and we had a domestic abuse practitioner. It was us two supporting her. There was police in and out the office, and so there was a lot going on. So obviously we speak to housing to go get her accommodation. She had a spot. She had her own yard. But unfortunately, the perpetrator. Sorry, we can't use perpetrators anymore. Did you guys know that?
You're not allowed to use the word perpetrator.
No,
But is
I
that not
still
what they
do.
are?
It's really difficult. I still
Yeah, but
do.
what are you supposed to use instead?
People who cause harm.
Sorry.
I knew you were gonna.
But does it not mean the same thing?
No, but perpetrator sounds
It's so
criminal.
suspect.
It
Yeah.
sounds like it sounds like criminal.
But I feel
innit?
like perpetrator. If you say that around a child, they're not gonna get it. But when you say
person who causes harm.
Yeah.
the child's gonna look at you like, why are you calling my relative that? Do you get
Yeah.
it? But yeah, sorry, off
Oh,
topic.
the world is going crazy.
The person who caused harm knew obviously where this location was, and if anything, he was in the location. He'd broken into the location, so we had to get her somewhere else. So we're speaking to housing, all sorts. He's stolen her phone, her keys, and everything. So we tell them, do not send anything to her phone. She does not have access to her phone. They say, no problem, understood. What do?
They send the address to the phone.
They text her and email her the same phone that he had access to, and they say, here's the new temporary accommodation.
He showed up to the temporary accommodation.
No, luckily we realised maybe like 10, 15 minutes into the conversation, hang on a second. We're like, where is this address? Because we're checking our emails. Me and my colleague are thinking they're going to send it to us. Then we realise, oh my God, they must have sent it to her. And then we asked them, and then they had sent it to hers. And
Go
we're like, we
find
told you guys.
find another
No, sorry,
address,
what they had
idiots.
done is we were like, we don't have it. Can you CC it to it? Can you forward it to us? So they forwarded it to our email, and then we see it was sent to her email on her phone. And you can also text in an email chain. You can put, I don't know what you put, but you put something, and then the phone number, and then the email also goes to the phone number as a text. So they had done that for her phone number, and we were like, are you guys actually stupid? Is everything? One thing that we told you not to do was to not send the details.
You had one job.
And so yeah, they had to find somewhere else. But luckily we realised. Imagine we didn't.
No, he would have showed up to the address, and then it would have caused more problems, and then police would have had to been called.
Exactly.
No, people are actually. Are they? Okay?
I
Is
told you
everyone
they
alright?
hire the dumbest people. I'm telling you.
Sometimes I
They
believe
actually hire the
it.
dumbest
I believe
people.
It. I believe it.
It's
I
the
believe
lowest
it.
IQ, like with the least amount of compassion. That's who they hire.
Yeah.
Wallahi.
I know.
It's so sad.
Yeah. It's jarring. But
It's
what can we
you know when I speaking of housing, you know when I got burgled, right? I had been complaining about the amount of addicts that were outside my house, up my front door doing crack on my doorstep, right? For maybe like 2 months, right? The first time I fully complained about it, you know what the housing officer said to me?
What?
if this is your way of trying to get a bigger flat, then because I lived in a 1 bed at the time,
Yeah, I
right?
remember.
But the reason I lived in a 1 bed is because I had a 2 bed in Birmingham and I just swapped because I just wanted to be back in London. So I was like, I didn't have time to wait for, and I'd already been waiting for about a year. So I was just getting impatient. I said, you know what? Yeah, fuck it. Like, I'm just gonna
get me out.
I'm just gonna swap. Just get me out of here. It's 10 minutes from my mum's house. It is what it is. I swapped, downsized. He goes, if this is your way of getting a 2 bed, this is not the right way to go about it. That's the first thing he said to me, my housing officer. Can you imagine? That's the first thing he said to me. And I looked, I genuinely was on the phone. I was like, huh? I said, I'm complaining to you about something that's happening outside my door. And you've just accused me of trying to get a bigger flat. Like, I said, I'm quite happy here.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm not happy about is the crackheads outside.
Just get the nitties out of here.
Do you know what I mean? Fix the crackhead situation and I'm happy to stay here.
They don't want to do that.
I said, I don't care, move me into another 1 bed.
They don't want to do that.
It's only when I got burgled that he took me seriously and police had to get called. Fingerprints had to get done. Like, everything had to, like, I had to just do everything. And then he was like, oh, okay, then.
I guess she was telling the truth. They're so dry. Honestly, my beef with housing never
Housing
ends.
is the worst. I'm
It's
telling
so
you.
annoying.
They hire all the most incompetent of people.
And they have a massive turnaround, by the way, because they have stuff going in, out, in, out, in, out. I'll
Because
speak to one person from housing today.
he doesn't work there anymore.
Gone. No
Yeah.
notice. Gone.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even leave like handover notes.
No, nothing.
The next person starts again
Disappeared.
at the beginning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
why?
Long
It's so
day.
annoying.
It's the worst job, genuinely. Either the job is really bad and people can't hack it, or the system that they have is not working and they need to fix it.
I think it's a system. It's not making sense.
Or they're just hiring idiots.
No, that's what it is.
Maybe a mixture of both.
Yeah.
Yeah. What can we do?
Okay, so we're done with the question. Savia, she actually made one for each of us. I cannot believe. I cannot believe.
Oh my god! You know,
Oh my days. Look at that. Oh, sis.
sharing is not caring.
Hey.
Because sharing is not caring.
do you want to tell us what's in here?
Okay, so those muffins are timid cake, but in a muffin version.
Timid
Oh
cake and
my
muffins.
god, a timid
Trademark
cake
it.
muffin. I swear to God, trademark it right now.
I've never heard of timid cake and a muffin.
Hey, listen, we were on a timer. It was, how can we quickly get timid cake to the girls?
So
Muffins.
Sui, you know she made this 45 minutes before she came here.
That's insane.
And then the
smells so
cookies,
good.
two of them are chocolate chip with
Is that Snickers? I
Nutella
see.
with peanut butter in the middle. Yeah.
You love us.
I learned this
You know,
recently.
every time she makes stuff and I see the videos, I
Yeah.
always say to her,
I wish you were
I'm
neighbours.
so glad. Sometimes I'm like, I wish I was your neighbour. Other times I'm like, I'm glad I'm not your neighbour because I would be getting so fat.
My neighbours, honestly, every day I make anything. Play up, down, left, right, up,
Okay,
down,
so
left,
look at
right.
this guy. She made like a date. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God, I accidentally dipped it in there.
Oh, it's okay.
Bismillah.
Mm.
You want a cookie?
No, I'm
Are
alright.
you
I
sure?
have some at home, guys. You know, I do this thing where I'll bake, but I won't eat it until the kids are asleep. It's just something about kids being in
man.
bed,
Bismillah.
me sleeping, and
Bismillah.
them sleeping, and just having my little treat to myself.
You didn't even cheers me.
I went straight
Cheers.
for it, man. Wow.
Astaghfirullah, if that's haram. I don't know if it's haram or not. Don't know if I'm allowed to cheers.
I'm screaming.
I think it's haram when it's alcohol. You're
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's not the case.
Really?
I can confirm there's no alcohol in the.
There's
It's very halal,
This
guys.
is so moist, and it's like not too sweet. I love when cakes are not too sweet.
I was hoping.
Oh my god.
We were on the timer, and Nessa knows. I was telling
Oh
Nessa,
my God.
I have a scale, a baking, like, you know, kitchen scale, so yeah.
Yeah.
And I've just been in Birmingham, and on the way back from Birmingham, my mum packed my stuff, and I called her and I said, "Oh, Mum, wait, did you pack my scale?" She said, "Yeah, because I'm attached. Me and that scale, we've been through life together."
Oh my God.
She puts it in a bag la jarasio with a massive jar of castor oil.
Oh my goodness.
Not a jar, a bottle. Guess what leaked?
Is it a digital scale?
Yeah,
Oh.
the castor oil.
Oh.
So when I took the scale out, it was just dripping. I was literally, I had tears in my eyes. I was like, my scale. And my husband was like, "It's okay, I'll buy you a new one." No, that's not the point. This is my scale. This is
so good.
So I had to chuck it.
Oh.
And then I made the intention of baking last night. Then I realised I don't have a scale.
Oh no.
And I was like, "Oh, it's okay. I'll go to Argos in the morning." I woke up. You know what kids are like. I was like, yeah, bun this. I'm not doing anything. Come 12 o'clock. No, 11 something. I was like, no, I have to. I can't go empty-handed. My sister's screaming, go to Lidl and get them pastries. I was like, that's rude. I need to take something to the girls.
As if I wouldn't notice.
No, like, your sister's a legend because the pastries in Lidl do go crazy.
No, but I would clock because I love those pastries.
Exactly. I was like, I can't do that. Then I was like, I'm going to order a scale on Uber Eats. I order a kitchen scale on Uber Eats.
Did you actually do it?
Oh, well, I did. And then when it was meant to come at 12 o'clock. It didn't come till like 1 something. And I was telling her, I was like, Nasra, I was really going to bake, but it's not coming. Then Nasra's telling me I'm sad. And I was like, oh man, no, I have to go make her happy.
That's slapped.
So then when it came, I was like, I literally had concealer on, going in the kitchen.
Oh my God. You did all of that in 45 minutes?
Wallahi, some people are more productive than me. I'm not productive.
No, you know when you set your mind to something? Do you have one of those things that you're like, I am gonna do this?
That happened to me the other day. It was 11 p.m. and I was like, I'm doing the DIY that I need to do. And I built my bed.
There you go.
Because
well done.
It was late and I was like, oh, but then I'm going to be clinging and clanging. Like things are going to be falling. Yeah, I did lots of clinging and clanging, but I built the bed.
You did it.
And then I went to sleep on the bed.
One time I started painting something at like 9 p.m, 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Because in my head, I'm thinking you only do this during the day. But I thought now's the best time because the kids are asleep.
Yeah.
Why can't I just do a quick little paint?
Oh, you dropped some on yourself.
Oh.
You need to lick it. There you go.
Yeah. No.
Wallahi, that is, you put the perfect amount of sugar.
Listen.
You put the perfect amount of caramel. You put the perfect amount of timir.
Yeah.
That is the perfect timir cake. It is soft,
I'm glad
moist.
you like it.
Wow. So yeah, wait, hold yours. Let me just get myself a cookie.
Do you want me to put it here for you?
Please, yeah.
Which one do I have? I will have the Snickers one. It's the closest one to me. Oh, so are you going to start up your business again?
That is the plan now that I have a lot more time on my hands.
Uh-huh.
I keep saying that, but you guys know what life is like with kids. There is time, but there's no
They
time.
control the time.
One day you have bare time, one day you have no time.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is currently the plan, to start up again. I started on TikTok recently. I was like, let me just do something. Let me get my diaries out there because I bake all the time. And I'm like, I could record this and put it out there so that at least until I get to the point where I'm ready to start selling cakes again, which I'm close to, I've got a bit of a platform.
This is banging.
So that's what I'm working on. Oh, I'm glad you like it.
So nice.
This is the peanut butter. This is banging.
I'm glad you liked it.
Sirad, talk to us about... You talk to us about your motherhood journey.
Oh, girl. Motherhood.
Girl, how was...
great.
You got a boy and a girl.
I got a boy and a girl. I've got a 3-year-old boy, Ilyas, and I've got a 4-month-old girl called Layla.
4-month-old.
Yes.
She's still in that. Yeah, she's still in that bubble.
Yeah, she's...
How's it going, man?
It's the trenches. I'm gonna be so real.
Did you get enough sleep last night? Bloody hell.
No. I think it was yesterday. I was texting Nasra and I was like, I miss my mum's house.
Yeah.
It was great. I was on holiday. Even though because my daughter, I breastfeed her mainly, but she also has bottle. So she's a lot more attached to me. Whereas my son Ilyas, it's like, go, be free, do what you want. Got to the point where while we were in Birmingham, he started calling my sister Hoya. Aww. And he would walk around the house calling me auntie.
Crazy.
And then when we got back to South London, he looked at me, he goes, are we going home? I said, yeah. He goes, you can be my mummy now.
Wow.
I don't want to.
Damn.
You've left me. You know what your mum says?
Yeah.
That's what I felt like in that moment.
Go back to where you came from.
Yeah.
Go back to your so-called newfound mum.
Now you want to reclaim me.
Yeah, literally.
He used to call your mum Hoya as well.
He does do all the time. All the time. When someone says to him, go ask your Hoya, he'll go ask her. And I'm like, I'm your mum. Me. Hello. Me. Yeah. I carried you for 9 months. 10 months. But no, yeah.
How was your labours?
Oh, you know, I was saying this today. Ilyas, I feel like I was pregnant with Ilyas forever, whereas Layla's pregnancy was
he late?
17 days.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Hannah was late 15 days.
And it's jarring. And his labour was quite difficult. I was induced. It took about 3 days. I bled out. I was dehydrated. I gave birth. I passed out. He got ill. We both got sepsis. It was like it was literally just
oh my
downhill.
God. I don't think I've ever heard this story
Have
either.
you not?
No, you've never told me this. What?
Girl, it was just one thing after the other, after the other, after the other. And he had an infection. They couldn't figure out what infection he had, and they gave him antibiotics. Wasn't working. Then they kept giving him different antibiotics. He was in NICU for about a week after he was born. And it was not funny, actually. It's not funny. But when you think of NICU, you think of like premature babies, tiny babies, and all the babies in the ward were tiny. He was just under 4 kg. And he was 59 centimeters. He was towering over everybody. So everyone's looking at me like, why is he in here? Why is this child, like this baby, in here? But he was really unwell. He wasn't like, he was breathing too fast. He wasn't like, he was taking 103 breaths a minute. So he couldn't cry, he couldn't eat, he couldn't do nothing. He was just the whole time.
Was he like distressed from the labour or
No,
something?
it was the infection. I don't know what. And then they couldn't figure out what it was. They did is it called a acupuncture? They did like a little thing in his back to get like a little sample of something. Clearly not medical.
Me too.
Me neither.
And they couldn't figure out. Eventually, they realised he had an infection. They gave him the right antibiotics. And then after a few days, he was fine, alhamdulillah. But yeah, his labour was just one thing after the other, after the other, after the other.
Sepsis is mad.
No, that wasn't even my problem. I was dehydrated. So they gave me 7 bags of fluid. And it all went. I'll have to show you guys a picture. Do you remember?
Swelled so
my feet
bad.
were like massive and yellow, shiny yellow. Literally the colour of the logo, the yellow and shiny. That's literally how my feet were.
Had you out here looking like Homer Simpson?
Literally, wallahi.
Crazy work.
That's literally how I looked.
Crazy
and then
work.
it took a while. I think I was about 6 weeks. I was on a liquid restriction diet. Imagine in the summer. My son was born in May.
What?
6 weeks. I could only have a litre of liquid a day. And then eventually, alhamdulillah, it all just went back to normal.
How long did that take?
You must have been hungry.
It took a few weeks. And I'm a drinker. I can't survive without water. Literally, I have about 3 litres of water a day. I can't survive without beer. And imagine being told you can have 1 litre, including the shah.
Oh my God.
Including the shah in the morning?
Any liquid, 1 litre.
That's not enough. Are you allowed? You were allowed to eat or no?
Yeah, you can eat.
Oh, okay.
It's just the liquid.
I thought it was just liquid.
No, you can eat as much as you want.
Oh,
It's just the
okay.
liquid to just reduce how much was in my body. But eventually, it just went back to normal. So yeah, his pregnancy was terrible as well. I feel like that child just put me through it. I was sick for 38 weeks.
Oh my God.
Yeah, 68, 38 weeks of just constant vomiting. Never ending. HG, yeah, I was going to say, HG ain't for the weak. Honestly, it was just terrible. But alhamdulillah, looking back at it, I'd rather that my first pregnancy than my second. Because if I had to go through that with a toddler, I think that would just send me over.
Oh, yeah. That would have been worse.
Second pregnancy, great. I was nauseous and stuff, but other than that, it was lovely.
It's interesting because the last 2 people who told us about HG, they were pregnant with girls.
Yeah.
And we thought it was a girl
No.
thing.
We did think it was a girl thing.
You had it with your son.
With a boy, and I was not sick with my daughter.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay,
it was, for me, it was the opposite because they usually say girls make you more sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the
what I
complete
thought,
opposite.
You know?
And then her labour, again, I was induced, and I think it was about midnight or 1 a.m. they checked her and she was head down because while I was pregnant, she was flipping herself up, down, transverse, breech, whatever. She was everything. And they were like, when you go into labour, we're going to check because we don't trust her. And I said, I don't trust her. So don't trust her either. So they checked her around midnight and she was head down. I said, alhamdulillah. 11 a.m. Sis said, nuh-uh. Flipped herself completely a breech. And they're not meant to have space at that age, like at that time. They're not meant to, like, please.
How is she moving like that so easily at that stage? Aren't they supposed to be big and they're not supposed to move as much?
She said, where there's a will, there's a way.
Midnight to 11 a.m., she flipped herself.
Oh my
And when she was moving, I could feel it. I just thought it was kicks. I have bigger problems to deal with. I'm just thinking it's kicks.
Yeah.
I didn't deep it.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was humanly possible for her to flip at that stage anyways. But she did it, and at that point, they were like, you can either have a C-section or we can try to manually turn her. And I was like, I don't want a C-section. Turn her. Do I regret it? Absolutely. They tried to turn her the first time, didn't work. They tried to get your mind off it. So the lady's like, talk to me about your last holiday. How was your last holiday? And I'm like, I went to, literally.
When you said that, it reminded me of a guest that was saying the exact same thing, that moving the baby was the worst pain ever.
Worse than birth itself.
You're
literally
joking.
like, wallahi, manually turning.
What, like on top of you? Like,
yeah. You have 2 doctors trying to turn her.
Oh,
on the outside.
Outside your stuff, on your tummy
Yeah.
like this.
Mad.
Okay, no, yeah.
Literally turning,
mad.
and then Layla got into like a really, really awkward position, and she didn't want to turn, so they stopped, and they were like, "She's not gonna turn." And I was like, "No, you've got to turn her. I've suffered." And my whole thing is, you've made me suffer. I need results.
Finish the job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were like, all right, let's give her a break. It was Ramadan, so they broke their fast. They came back and they were like, all right, let's try again. And they tried it and she turned, alhamdulillah. And at that point, I was in so much pain, but I just burst into laughter because it was like, alhamdulillah, I've managed, like, we achieved something.
Yeah.
She still didn't want to come out, guys. I was on the drip for like 21 hours.
Oh
she
my
did
God.
not want to come out. We ended, I think, after 21 hours after my water was broken and I'd been on the hormone drip, we ended up with a C-section. Yeah.
After all of that.
After all of that, could have just
all the suffering.
after all of this.
Oh my God.
One C-section and one natural birth.
Moving the baby in that way is mad. I genuinely thought when they moved the baby, they put their it would make more sense for them to just do a
Put
quick
their hand and then twist their head.
twist their head small, do a
But
little
then
bit.
it makes sense if you're twisting the head, but if the head's up here, how on earth are you getting your hand up there?
Oh, yeah, it's true.
The fact that they did it on your stomach,
Yeah.
it makes sense because like, oh my God, when you go for your
You can
midwife
feel
appointment,
them.
sometimes
It
they would
hurts.
just randomly, when they dig your their
Yeah.
finger right there, and they're like, sorry,
that's the
just
head.
want to check the position of the baby, and they start doing up this. Yeah. Oh my God.
Man, that's like force. Yeah. Joy. Have kids, they said.
It'll be fun, they said.
Not fun.
How was your C-section?
Terrible. Terrible. You know when when people say you forget about the pain you were in after you give birth? I feel like that's so true for natural birth. Like as soon as I had Elias, I knew I was in pain, but I couldn't remember their pain. Like I didn't remember the feeling of the pain. Whereas the C-section,
Because it's a whole surgery, and you won't forget
you
that.
can't forget that.
Yeah.
I feel like I remember the pain.
I don't. I know I was in pain. I just don't remember what the pain was like.
I remember how bad the pain was. And I remember thinking, this is the worst thing I've ever experienced. And I remember saying to my mum, Hoya, today's the day that I die. And I'll make dua for you, please.
Yeah.
I'afi. Make dua for me. Tell everyone I said I'm sorry if I've ever hurt them.
It's so bad.
I was doing up...
No, but that
funeral
was in the
arrangements,
moment.
bro.
Once you had Hannah on your hand, like on your lap, how'd you feel? Could you still remember it?
Yeah.
Oh no, I forgot
It
about
was
it.
bad.
I forgot about it.
So the
It was
recovery, was it awful?
It was long, and I think it was a lot longer for me because I have a toddler. And although I was trying my very hardest to not pick him up and not do things, there's only so much you can be very careful with a boy, especially running around, jumping on you. And then I think at the 4-week or 5-week mark, I can't remember, my incision opened a bit and got infected. So I had to do 2 rounds of antibiotics, and then eventually it cleared up, and it slowly started healing. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Joy.
You know what though? Your son is the sweetest child with his sister. He's so protective of her.
Yeah.
I'm just remembering all the like stuff you sent me.
He is. He
Like she
loves
got
her.
a vaccination and he was crying. He was like, ah!
He comes home. Oh my God.
What
He
did you
comes
do to
home
her?
And she's got the plasters on her thighs. And he was like, what happened to my sister? And I'm like, Mummy, she went to the doctor. Why did the doctor hurt her? He's literally sobbing.
He was so
my
upset.
Layla, my sister, why did they hurt her? And I'm like,
He was so upset.
she's
That is
alright.
an empath.
yeah,
He was so upset.
loves her. He loves her. There was a day recently where he was trying to run away. I don't know what they were doing. We were all, like, I'm in bed and he's trying to like run away from his dad, and he flips himself and like headbutts me in the lip and busts my lip open. And I kept saying to him, Hoya, it's okay. It was an accident. It's okay. It was your dad's fault. It wasn't your fault. No, Hoya, it was my fault. I'm sorry, Mummy. I hurt you. I'm sorry. For days, he was telling everyone and anyone he saw, I hurt my mummy. I hurt my mum. And he genuinely felt guilty. But I was like, please stop saying it now because people are going to think you're an abuser. Literally, he was like, he's such a miskeen. He's jarring sometimes, don't get me wrong.
They all are.
Yeah, they have their moments, man.
Yeah, they're great. I love
You know
them.
what? When she's not with me, I miss the jarring.
We were talking about this today. Do you not love your kids when they're sleeping?
Hey. I'm putting on the blanket, giving them a little...
So cute.
Half an hour ago,
Salah
we
in
were
the
screaming
head.
at each other. And then when Jenna's sleeping, Jenna sleeps in such an angelic way that when her eyes are closed, she's in a deep sleep. It looks like she's faking the sleep. That's how beautiful she looks. You know, it's just like...
Yeah.
And I'm looking at her like, are you even smiling? Why do you look like this when you're sleeping? And I'm just like, oh, JJ. I put the blanket on her. I'm just like, oh. Time for my show.
Yeah, literally, I'm like looking at
He's
pictures
like,
of them.
deuces, I'm
They're
out.
so cute. My kids are great. 7 a.m.
Oh my God.
Not the greatest. Yeah.
I missed Hannah. That's what I was saying to her yesterday. I was like, I don't know what to do with my life. I'm just sad. No, it was this morning. It was this morning, wasn't it?
It was today.
It was this morning. I was like, I'm just sad. I'm just going to go and cry. I did have a cry. Yeah, no, I did have a cry. I had a full-blown cry, but I don't know if that's because I'm on my period or because it's hormonal imbalance week, you know?
Enjoy the next 40 hours.
Make the most out of it. Because I
Well,
promise you, when Hannah
Wait, make
comes
the
back,
most out of what? My back
same
hurts.
day Hannah comes back, you're going to get jarred. So just enjoy it.
Well,
I promise you.
10 minutes, you're going to be like,
It's what I've been looking forward to all week.
You know, when I first became mum, I used to think it was a bad thing to say that. I used to be like, oh no, I can't say that.
That's
I
what
felt
happened to
so
me.
guilty. And then eventually I was like, no, man, they're jarring.
So you know, that's what happened to me, right? I did like a series on TikTok, on Instagram, sorry, where I was saying, can someone give me tips on how to punish my kid?
Yeah.
And then somebody came along and was like, sis, you gotta be careful, you know, they might report you to social services.
Do you remember I sent you a message about
I think it was the word
mini
punish.
prison? Do you remember I saw a Facebook post of a guy that put his daughter in an orange t-shirt? He put a little mattress on the corner of the room for her, gave her a silver bowl with like dry cereal and those silver cups of water. And I said to Nusra, try that.
He made a whole prison cell.
Bad kids go to bad places.
I hear it.
Listen.
I hear it.
I'm tempted. I don't think Elias is old enough to understand it yet, but in the future,
Hannah doesn't care about any of that. She doesn't care about any of that.
I love it. Wallahi.
She needs it to be real. So she'll walk up to the police officer and be like, can I touch that? And he's like, no, I can't let you touch my handcuffs. And she's like, can I touch that? And he's like, no, you can't touch that one. Would you like a sticker? Yes, I would like a sticker. But she wants to wear the hat. She wants to wear his uniform. She wants to touch all of his items. Bro, if it's not the real deal, she doesn't care. She's not. If I say to her, I'm putting you in prison, face the wall, she's going to look at me like, what? No. What can I do?
Yeah.
Crazy.
What can I do?
I think it's a girl thing.
I can't do anything.
Yesterday, I came home to Jenna. You know when they do the crying, the hiccups come out?
Yeah.
Mommy! She comes running to me and I see Hassan, like, go back to the corner. Like, what did she do? I said, what happened? I said, what did you do? She's like, mommy. I said, Hassan, what did she do? And he was like, sorry, she needs to be punished. I said, what did she do? And he was like, she started just turning around saying no to me. I ain't having that.
Wow.
Her punishment is just stand in the corner for 10, 20 minutes. That's it.
20 minutes?
Yeah.
In the corner, that's a lot.
For her, 10, 20 minutes is nothing.
What are you
Sirad.
talking about? Somebody in the
That's
comments.
nothing.
Somebody in the comments said they put their child on timeout for 2 hours.
2 hours is mad. 2
I
hours is
said,
a whole movie.
What?
It's a whole movie.
2 hours.
This is
I wish my
basically-
kid would stay in time for 2 hours.
Hassan would start with 10.
Luxury.
He would start with 10, right? If she refuses or turns around or makes any noise or whatever,
It starts
or
again.
walks away, he adds another 5 minutes. Each time, another 5 minutes. And then she's not understanding that the more she bugs out, the more time is going to occur onto the thing. She will start bugging out, crying, this and that. He's like, another 5 minutes. But daddy, no.
You know what?
Another 5 minutes.
What?
Like, do you know what I mean? You come home and she's like, you would think that he just beat the shit out of her. Mommy. And I'm like, damn, like, this is not even, I'm looking at her like, you have no idea how I used to get punished. I said, I beg, just face the wall for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm
Jenna,
so
please.
done.
Just go and do it.
It could be worse than this. Just face the wall,
It's
bro.
weird. You know, it's supposed to be 1 minute per year of their life.
4 minutes.
It's only meant to be 4 minutes.
What's
You know, but 4 minutes in
bro?
their world.
What's 4
4
minutes?
minutes in their world is a lifetime.
4 minutes is long, you know.
Yeah.
10 minutes in her lifetime, she's been there for an
And that
hour.
reminds
No,
me, I need to
but
up mine
listen,
because I'm still doing 2 minutes. I'm forgetting that he's 3 now.
He eventually felt bad, yeah. And even me, I was like, Hassan, enough now, because the way she was crying, it could actually, she could actually get a panic attack, bro.
Oh, no.
Because wallahi, I was looking
Or
at her
vomit.
like, I was like, she's crying too much. I think she's learned her lesson. Why are you adding more trauma? Another 5 minutes. What are you doing? How's this working? I told her, give me a hug or whatnot. And literally for like an hour, she was still sitting there like, and I'm like, just for facing the wall.
Keen.
There's kids out here getting beats. And you're, bruh.
Wallahi.
But she promised she's never going to say no again. Because every time we say, hey, do you want to face the wall? She's just like straight up just.
No, but
I need that.
that
That's
one.
the skill I need.
That one, you know why I'm a little bit afraid of like breaking that from Hannah? The reason is because what if later on somebody says to her, come with me, and she doesn't know how to say no?
Good point.
What if later on somebody at school does something to her and she doesn't want it? She doesn't know how to say no.
No, we're not banning the word no.
No, but
It's just when your parents are telling you to do something,
kids don't
say
understand
no.
that. They say no. They'll take it as everyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
kids don't get that. That's why I'm when she's rude to me, I'm like, oh, you know what? Yeah, this will help you later on in the future. Let me just be quiet, bro.
Yeah.
Let me not take it. Let me not make the punishment too like bad so that she doesn't do it anymore.
You know
do you know
what
what I
my
mean?
son says? He said the other day, we're in the meat shop. He looked at me. He goes, "Oh, mommy, you're annoying me."
Oh, Hannah does that.
He said to his dad the other day as well. By the way, him and his dad are on first name basis. He does not call him Abba or dad or nothing. First name basis. He looked at him and goes, "You're stressing me out." You know when your parents say, "What do you know about stress?" I felt like that in that moment.
Oh my
what do
God.
you know about stress? You're 3 now. Like, what do you know? What are you stressed about?
Crazy work.
You don't have to do anything. That guy go, your clothes are ready for you. Your food is prepared for you. You get taken to the toilet. Someone washes your bum for you. Like, what are you actually stressed about? Literally, I was like, if I could cut a word out of his vocabulary, actually 2, it'd be those 2.
Yeah.
Calling me annoying and stressing him out.
Do you know what Hannah says? Hannah goes, "This is giving me a headache."
Oh.
And I'm like, rah! Or she'll say something like, "You need to calm down, mummy." And she's looking at me like this. "You need to calm down, mummy.
Crazy.
Take some deep breaths." The sassiness is real. Like, it's
I think
so...
it's a girl
But you
thing.
know what it is? In that moment, I'm like, you know what? You're right. I do actually need to take a deep... I do need to calm down. Like,
I don't want you to be
I'm
right.
like,
Sometimes they're
okay, let's take some deep breaths, you know?
Yeah, sometimes maybe they're spitting.
But she's mad rude. Sometimes she says to me, "You're starting to frustrate me. I'm going to go take a little break." And I'm like, rah. When she gets angry, she puts herself on timeout. I've never put her on timeout. She puts herself on, she runs to the other room. She sits in the corner like this, like with her hands folded like this. And she just, I can hear her going, "I'm not even her best friend anymore. And I don't want to be her best friend ever again. And I'm going to tell grandma when I see grandma. And you know what? I'm not even her. I don't even like her. I'm not even her friend. That's my mummy is rude. My mummy is mean. She's a meanie, isn't it?" She's talking to her doddies. "She's a meanie, isn't it?" Yeah. And I'm going to tell her. And you know what? I can hear everything. I'm like, you're being loud. You're not even being discreet.
She needs to vent somewhere.
Yeah, let her hear that. Let
You're
her
not even
hear
being
that.
discreet about it.
It out. Well,
You
let
need
her
to give her
let it
some
out.
siblings.
Yeah. Now, man, they gang up on you. I think that's what I'm scared of now. Them ganging up on me in the future. Like 2 versus 1. How on earth am I going to survive?
Listen, I know I'm definitely the bad cop. I can already
Oh,
tell
I
you,
am.
because both these kids don't rate me.
No, both of them.
Both of them.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
Adam now,
My son's
every
more scared of
morning
me
he
than his
cries.
dad.
No way.
Yeah. I'm the strict one, but I think my husband will switch, and when they're older,
Yeah.
and he has a thing for little kids. He can't be harsh.
Yeah,
So, God,
that's
they're so
exactly
small, they're
Hassan.
so cute.
He's the good cop right now.
Yeah.
Me, I'm
same.
very much, no, it's 2 minutes past 8. You should have been in bed
Yeah.
2 minutes ago. But Hassan's like, here's an ice lolly at 8
8
o'clock.
o'clock.
Oh,
Listen.
He's nice, you know.
wallahi.
One time Hassan went to work and Jenna was with me. She comes upstairs, she's like, she's eating something. I'm like, "What did you eat?" She's like, "Daddy gave me candy." It's 7:30 a.m. You start your day with candy. This is what I mean. He can't
That's the day I saw
he
Ilyas
can't say no to
on
her.
the way to childcare. He's eating Oreos. Where'd you get the Oreos? My daddy gave it to me. It's not even 8 o'clock yet and you're eating Oreos.
Fam, that's
Is
what I mean.
everything okay up here?
That's what
That
I
one
mean.
doesn't even bother me because it does, but I don't have to deal with the aftermath of that. But if you're eating ice cream and lollipops at 7:30, who's putting you to bed at 8?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm not dealing with it. Sorry.
I'm very like,
Ice cream.
I'm more of the
I have a
firm
routine.
parent.
Like this. There's nothing in between.
Exactly, and
There's no
especially
breaking the
when
rules.
when it hits 8 o'clock, I need these kids in bed
Oh, that's me.
Bro.
That's me.
because
That's me.
I
I get
have
allergic.
shows that I need,
You need to watch Love Island.
I need to watch Love
I have
Island.
allergic. I always say I've got allergic reaction to these kids being up. Ilyas goes to bed at 8. Layla's allowed to be up to 9
Yeah.
because of her night feeds. I'm like I time them strategically.
Yeah.
But he needs to be in bed at 8. If he's 1 past 8, I'm like, get him out of here. Go
Hannah's
to
bedtime
bed.
7, bro. I can't do 8.
I don't blame
By
you.
the time she hits 8 o'clock, she's a different child.
We used to do 7, then he started waking up at 6 a.m.
Allah.
and I can't do that. So now he goes to bed at 8. He wakes up at 7.
But you know what? You're going to have to adjust that when you start going to school.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
He
going to
goes
have to be
childcare now.
earlier because he'll be so tired by the time
Same, he goes
finishes school.
childcare. He's there from 8 to 6,
Oh, nice.
and that's longer than school. That guy's got energy for days.
Wow.
I think it's a boy thing.
That's a boy thing.
They've got energy for days. He does not get tired. Allah Mubarak. I always say, I just want 10%. I don't even want all of it. Just 10% of your energy, and I can tackle anything. He doesn't get tired. He's there 8 a.m. till 6 p.m.
It's so weird because then when they hit teenage years, all they do is sleep.
Yeah, they're catching up on all the lost sleep. Wallahi. Literally, I think it was yesterday.
I can't wait for that, though.
Can't wait for that.
Sleeping.
Ah,
sleeping
let
together.
me sleep.
Goodness me. Don't ever wake me up again.
He woke up in the middle of the night and I can hear him. And he's doing this. Bye. I think, who's he saying bye to? He kept repeating it. Bye. Who is he saying bye to? No idea. Obviously, he's not going to remember.
Was he dreaming?
Yeah, he was sleeping.
Oh my God, Hannah laughs in her sleep. Because she sleeps next to me.
Oh, that's so creepy.
I'll just be there on my phone and all I hear is and I'm like, you know, you look at it like this, I'm like, what on
speaking
earth?
of creepy, in our room we've got the baby camera, right, for Layla when she's sleeping. I just leave it on because Ilyas has a habit of coming to our room. So for me to know what time he came, I leave the camera on so I can see the timestamps. Why do I see one day Ilyas? He's got his teddy he's got his pillow tucked under his armpit. He's got his teddy in his hand and he's got his blanket in the other one. He comes into our bed. He knows if he goes under the duvet, we're going to notice him. So he gets in our bed on top of the duvet, puts his blanket on and goes to sleep.
Oh, he's smart.
He
I
said,
love that for him.
I will bring my own blanket.
I love that for him.
Pillow under, teddy with him as well. The teddy as well. I ain't got space for no damn teddy. He brought the teddy as well.
That is hilarious.
That's so cute.
Ilyas is he's a walking comedian. Let's just say, wallahi, he comes out with the most random thing. So, what did he do the other day? We're in a taxi. We're in an Uber.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there and he's like, "Mummy, when we go to Daddy, I'm going to ask Daddy for money." I said, "Good idea."
Yeah.
Backstory, I think the day before this, or just around this time, he'd asked me for money. And I said, "I don't have money." "Why you always say that? Get your own money." Because I said to him, "I don't have money. Go ask your dad for money." "Why you always say that? Get your own money." I've never felt so humiliated.
Wow, he called you a
By a
brokey.
child.
He called you a
So this time,
brokey.
we're in the Uber. And he says to me, "Mummy, when we go to Daddy," unprovoked, "Mummy, when we go to Daddy, I'm going to ask Daddy for money." I said, "Good idea, Farid. Well done. Do that." And when he gives me money, I'm going to say, "Daddy, give Layla money." I said, "Well done, good boy." And he's like, "Yeah, and when my daddy gives Layla money, I'm going to say, Daddy, give Mummy money." I said, "Well done." And he went and he did exactly that. He said, "Daddy, 1, 2, 3. He got money for all 3 of us and then he left.
Oh.
Yeah.
He said, "Mama needs it." That's what he said. He said,
Oh my God. So I have all the Ilyas stories. I'm going to bore you guys with them. We were in Birmingham, obviously, my hometown. We went to Ladana, you know, the brunch place.
Yeah. I love that place.
I know. I take Ilyas and I get him like a mini English, full English.
Yeah.
It's not full English because he's allergic to eggs. So really, it's just sausages and hash browns and toast. That's all he's having.
Yeah.
And he says to me, "Mummy, can I have hot chocolate?" I said, "Yes." "Can I have marshmallow and cream?" We're out for a treat. "Of course you can." Say no more. The guy comes with the iPad, takes the order. In Ladana, they take your order, they go back by the till and they stand there and wait for the next person. Ilyas is standing there. He's sitting there going... I'm not noticing it. I'm just like, whatever, Ilyas. The guy comes over and he's like, "Is everything okay?" And I'm like, "Oh shit, yeah." He's sitting here screw face and the guy, "Ilyas, Hoya, are you okay?" "He's pissing me off." He's shaking.
Why?
He's shaking. Why? What's wrong? "He's not getting my drink." He takes the order. He doesn't make your...
He said, "Ninka, why did he go over there and just stand there? Why is he not in the kitchen?"
He said, "You're not doing your job."
He's like, and the guy had to like open the kitchen door and be like, "Listen, that's where they do all the kitchen stuff." I just take the order. I said, "Sorry guys, he's from South London." Well, I'm sorry. He's ready to throw hands before he's literally sitting there screw facing the guy.
Oh my
He's
God.
so funny.
Yeah, he does. He always gets me in awkward situations.
That's so
Always.
jokes.
The most recent time I went, he was sitting there and someone said football and he goes, "I like Man United." And I'm like, "Oh, here we go again, please, don't embarrass me." But again, I don't want to show his personality down. I'm like, "Do what you got to do." Then he starts banging the table, "Man United."
Oh no, not that song.
Glory, Man
No.
United. I think I had to please ground swallow me. And my friend says to him, "I'm going to buy you a Arsenal shirt." Hamda triggers him. Hamda's like, "I'm going to buy you an Arsenal shirt." And he's like, "Arsenal's yucky. That's disgusting, Habo. It's yucky. We don't like yucky." I'm like, "Please, just Amos, please." Again, like, please. He has no social awareness.
Oh, bless him. No, he sounds so
He's
jokes.
hilarious.
He is too funny. He will get you into trouble. And sometimes, you guys not wish kids had like little body cam
I wish I could see her school and there were cameras at the school. You know, like that show, Secret Life of 4-Year-Olds.
Yeah.
I wish I could watch her at school
and just watch what you do all day.
Bro.
Because I bet it's entertaining.
It's it has to be hilarious.
I sometimes want to know what Jenna's up to and what she's saying and how she's like in school. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would love to know.
Bro, kids are the funniest.
I also wish kids had like a mute button as well.
Oh.
Just quick mute. Because I know you're going to say something mad.
Can you imagine?
My God. Yeah, but
Especially
how can
in
you
public.
predict that they're going to say something mad?
Sometimes you can tell, innit?
Yeah, well, I hear you.
Sometimes you can tell. You're crazy.
Well, like, it's crazy work. But she's so funny. We had like a whole phase where she would just ask about death. And she was so fascinated about death. She was like, rah, when I go to dad's house, dad has a mum there and a dad. And a yayo and a wowo. But then when I go to grandma's house, grandma's there. But where's your dad? There's no wowo. So I was like... How do I explain this to her? I told her everything like she's an adult. So I went, you know what? It's so sad. Mummy's dad was sick. Mummy's dad got sick. And then, mummy's dad died. Yeah. She went, oh, he's died. You're never going to see him again? No. Oh, I'm so sorry, mummy. I was like, yeah, it's really sad. She's like, do you want a hug? I was like, I'll be all right. I was like, I'm okay.
Sarcastic comment.
I was like, I was
okay.
waiting for it. I was like, I'm okay. Don't worry, it's fine. He's in a better place. He's with Allah. He's doing great. I tried to do all of the grief counselling, put it that way, for somebody who's just been told that Awo is dead. Awo means granddad. And then about a week later, we were on the bus. I was minding my own business. And then, wallahi, out of complete nowhere, she just went, Mummy, do you remember when your dad died? I was
I knew there was something coming.
I was like, yo, the whole bus is looking at me now. And she said it loud. I'm like,
why do they always do this in public?
My God.
They always do it in public, though.
And I've gone, yeah, my dad died, And I was telling my friend Rhoda about this the other day, yeah, because her son did the same thing to her in the lift literally yesterday. And he was in the lift with her and he must have said something like, oh, mummy, your dad's dead. And then I've gone, yeah, he's died. Another instance.
That's so crazy.
Bro, out of nowhere, she said, remember when your dad died.
So crazy.
And then we were on the overground, again, this bloody overground. There was a man sitting opposite us and he was evidently asleep, evidently. And she's gone, Mummy, is that man sleeping or is he died? Like your dad. And I've gone, rah.
Oh no.
I've gone, rah.
That's doing too much
baby.
now.
I've gone, rah. Is he sleeping or is he died like your dad? I said, rah. If this was triggering for me, I would be crying.
If this was like...
But luckily I'm not triggered by it. Like... Bro,
it's just the randomness of it as
it's
well.
So random.
So random.
No, but I should have seen that one coming. Well, like that man was asleep.
Kids.
He didn't move for ages. I should have seen that one coming. She was observing him. She was watching him like this. She was trying to figure out in her head, is he alive or is he dead?
Is he died?
Or is he died?
How
She doesn't say dead. She says, is he died? Is he died?
Kids, man. They just say whatever comes to their mind.
Kids are the funniest.
Wallahi, we have run out of time.
I know.
We actually have run out of time. So, Sirad, thank you so much.
Fun. No, guys.
Thank you for
Do you have
joining
any
us.
last words to really, give your
Give
career a good PR?
Oh.
It's your last chance.
Make me the face of social work. No, I'm joking. No, I think my parting words would be, we're not that scary. I think just remember that we actually can't take kids as easy as people think we can. And we're actually here to help more so than take children. If anything, we want kids to stay with their families rather than away from their families.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Amazing. I really enjoyed this episode.
I love this episode.
Wallahi, Sirad, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for coming. I had such a blast.
Thank you. Also plug your bakery.
My TikTok is Sirad's Oven Diaries.
Love that.
Literally a diary into my
We
oven.
will put it in the description.
Inshallah. Thanks.
Guys, thank you for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed this conversation, how serious it's been, how unserious it's been. And if you're new here and you're watching us because you love Sirad, make sure you subscribe. And also, if you're new here in general, please share, comment, send it to people who you think would love it. And yeah.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you in the next episode.
Yes.
Peace out. Bye.
Shouts to you guys.